Hello, and welcome to Buffalo Queen. I'm Noelle, and you might be wondering, why Buffalo Queen? Well, I will tell you the story of the buffalo. I heard it back in 2016, and it's more of a phenomenon than it is a story. But when cattle and buffalo are out in the open and a storm comes in, the cattle, they actually turn and they run from the storm, but they end up in it longer precisely because they're running with it and from it. The buffalo, they actually turn and they gather in their herd and they walk or run straight into the storm. And they get on to the other side of it quicker because they faced it. As I've thought about this, I have to say the reason this metaphor of facing storms and the buffalo's way to be, it was able to sink deep, deep into my soul, because when I was at that women's retreat those years ago and heard this for the first time, I was fairly cracked open after my divorce. And I have to say, it was a gift. It was a gift that the light could get into those cracks and work its way down into my soul to humble me and to get me really, really asking deeper questions about how was I facing my storms, but maybe actually more correctly, how was I not facing my storms? What was I running from? I was continuously dismissing and suppressing my pain, my grief, my anger. And also, when you repress those emotions, you're also repressing joy and love and compassion. So this buffalo medicine actually set my heart and my feet on a path of self-discovery, of education, of healing. And for this, I am so grateful. My passion, my purpose is to now come to this place and invite other women to step into their own paths of healing. And I know it will look different for each woman. We as women wear so many hats. And as I've sat with women, I've come to discover that there is this thing that we do. We are really, really good at serving and taking care of others. And yet we tend to put ourselves at the back of the line, somehow believing that's where we will function the best, is from the back of the line, when the truth is, when we put ourselves at the front of the line, it's not selfish, it's actually self-care. And those small baby steps of self-care become self-regard and self-love. And when that well is filled, it flows out naturally into all our other relationships. I really believe that we cannot give to someone else what we haven't given here first. So the invitation and the medicine of the buffalo is for women to come home to themselves and begin to fill their own buckets first. So that grace, that compassion, that ease, that rest, it gives everyone else permission to do the same for themselves. And so my greatest desire is to support women in supporting themselves to rise up. It has been said that when a woman rises up, she takes everyone else with her. And I truly believe that is this message of the buffalo, to gather in those that are in your herd, in your tribe, and to show them through your actions, how you treat yourself is how others will treat you. And it's this symbiotic relationship, and it's so beautiful. So thank you for being here to discover a little more about what this message of the buffalo is, and maybe how it can work in your life. It's not a bad thing to have cracks, because I believe that's where the light gets in, and that's where change and growth and healing and evolution can happen. So I hope to be able to work with you someday. Thank you for being here. Until then.